What's up YouTube and welcome to this video. So this video is a continuation of our previous video where we implemented n unit test in our simple calculator application. If you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend to watch it before continuing with this one. So the topic today is X unit test, and it's not so much different from the n unit test. The concept, the structure are almost the same. So this was our application for the n unit test. Now we are going to add another project which is going to be X unit test. So in a real world example, we would choose between n unit test and X unit test, whatever suits us best. We will not going to use both in a real world application. Let's name this one X test. So talking about the differences, the n unit test was here from the start. So when the .NET was first released, but XUnit test came much later. The XUnit concept was released very early in the 90s, so somewhere in the 1998. But the XUnit framework for the .NET, which we are using right now, was released in 2007. But comparing the n unit test with x unit test, both are same level of mature. Now the first difference that we see in our test is we don't see this test fixture and we don't see the test attribute. Instead we see this fact attribute. So this defines that this method is a test, and even if there is one method which is a test, the class automatically becomes an XUnit test class. So we don't have to define any attribute above the class. Secondly, let's take all of these and paste them inside here. You will see a lot of errors. Let's first add the reference of the original project here. Now control dot enter, we have the controller object. Now we don't have a setup or the setup attribute in the X unit. We just simply use the constructor to initialize our object. The constructor don't have any return type. So this is how we set up in X unit test. If we talk about disposing an object, we don't actually need this because in X unit test the object automatically get disposed when it's not needed. So we don't have to create a tear down here. But if you really need the tear down logic, then you have to implement I disposable interface, and you have to make public void dispose and dispose the controller here. And you could also do which you want to do at the end of every test. So this is basically your tear down method, and this is your setup method, and the test they remains the same. Now let's copy these tests and convert them into XUnit test. So the difference is that our tests are now called fact. We don't need assert that now. For not null, we can directly use assert not null. So the XUnit tests are much cleaner, and we can use equal directly. So if the result is equals to n1 plus n2. So instead of this, in the entire class, I will use this. And instead of comparing the result like this, we will compare the result directly. And this throws remains the same. So it can be used inside n unit test and x unit test likewise. So this was the small change that was required to convert an n unit test class into a x unit test class. If I run this class of n unit test, we can run it directly from here. So the testing will remain the same. It will act exactly the same. So all of my tests passed. Now these are some differences between n unit test and the x unit test. We have seen that that is now directly used as equal. We also have not equal, null, dot null, which was used in n unit test like this. So these are the small differences between their methods and their uses. Both have similar features. The XUnit test is much newer, so it has newer features and a cleaner look. But if your company prefers, you can also use an unit test. Now, in the next video, which is very important, we will learn how we can use dependency injection in unit testing. So, this is all for the video. Thanks for watching and do subscribe to the channel. See you next time.